I had a client today come in
Ew.
for an account opening. So the other client knew English well.
Boots with the fur, with the fur. Oh, with the jeans.
What the fuck?
Girl is looking at jeans. She hit the jeans.
Okay, how random? What?
She hit the pants. Pants.
Oh my God.
I'm
Was
so
that from
sorry.
TikTok?
Yeah, I just opened TikTok to see like how our video was doing, and I forgot that I had it on like the loudest volume.
Nice.
Oh my God, and that's what played. She hit the jeans. Next thing you jeans, Shorty got jeans. That's great. I'm saving that. I'm sorry. What were you talking about?
Um.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shownanigans. My name is Tube,
And my name is Doob.
also known as
Deva! And
Meow. Meow.
Luna, is that you?
Meow. You know, I had this all planned out. I was like, I'm gonna be Teddy from Bob's Burgers. I was gonna be like, hi, Bobby. But then I heard Luna, and I was like, perfect opportunity. Hi, Bobby. It's me. Can I get a boiga?
A boiga.
A boiga, Bobby.
I would like one boiga, please.
Boiga. Hello, dude.
Hello.
Hello.
That was a little bit weird because I just took a sip of coffee.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is she pausing? Does she not understand what to say back to hello? Normally you say hello.
Not that awkward.
Well, so, Doob, we are on episode 2 of Beastars.
Yeah.
This episode's called The Academy's Top Dogs. And yesterday, I remember, was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday? Because I was like, oh my God, I gotta watch the episode because I hadn't watched it yet. And then
before yesterday.
Was it? And then you were like, oh my God, that episode, the ending. And I was like, and I forgot about the ending for a second. And then I remembered and I was like, oh no. Let me tell you, it's worse in the manga. It's way more, it's thing.
Really?
I think there's a lot more close-ups and a lot more detail on body parts. Like heart. I'm not gonna say because we're not even there yet.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you read the summary that I wrote down from Netflix that I stole? I plagiarized.
Oh.
Saying it right now. I plagiarized. No, I didn't. I'm saying where it's from.
She's crediting. Crediting.
Did you say crediting? Crediting.
Yeah. The origin of the summary. So anyways, I'm gonna read.
Avatar, the origin of the summary.
Oh geez. I'm gonna read the summary that's from Netflix that Tube has written down here. So Legacy ponders his own ferocious impulses. What the? And in
what's happening? Are you having a stroke?
Hey, I've never seen this word before. That's why.
Altercation.
Okay.
Altercation, Doob. Say it with me now. Altercation.
Altercation.
Good job. You get a gold star. the way it was like you saw that word and it was like your brain couldn't calculate how the word worked. You were just like, what?
Yeah. Okay. Imagine my life in
imagine your life.
Imagine my life in finance, and I'm currently going through training, learning all these new words. Oh my gosh, Luna. Anyways, I'm learning all these new words, and it's all like specific to finance, right?
Sure.
And I come home and I'm doing this podcast and I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the heck is this word?
It just sounds like you don't know how to read.
Oh, shut up. I didn't know how it was pronounced. That's why, like, immediately.
What did you think it was pronounced like?
No, I figured it out, but it took me like a little hesitation, so that's why.
That was not a little hesitation. That was a full-on stroke. Keep going.
Legacy ponders his own ferocious impulses and altercation at breakfast.
I think you're supposed to pause between impulses and altercation.
Impulses and altercation?
Oh my God. I'm going to read it. I'll read it. Legoshi ponders his own ferocious impulses. An altercation at breakfast unsettles him further. The theater students prepare for their play. That's literally the whole summary. Anyhow, the characters in this episode are Legoshi, Haru, and Louie. We've met them already. And we have some new characters now, which are Legoshi's roommates, who don't get introduced in like the anime for some reason, but they're introduced properly in the manga. So anyhow, we have Jack. He's a Labrador. He's really cute, and he's Legoshi's best friend. They don't mention it in this episode, but they say that Jack is his bestie.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler, guys. It's not a spoiler. Jack is his bestie.
Yeah.
And then we have a sheepdog named Collot. That's a hard word. Collot. Collot. Then we have Durham, a coyote, Miguno, the spotted hyena, and Voss, the teeny weeny fennec fox. Did you see him?
Yeah.
In the manga, he like rides, I think, on the back of Durham.
Oh.
Because all of his roommates are like really tall. Canidae, that's their genus, or like dog-like carnivores. So they're all really tall and big, so they walk really quickly. So the fennec fox has to ride on one of their backs, otherwise he'd just be left behind.
Aww. That's cute.
So cute. I will give you another chance to redeem yourself, Dobe.
Okay.
Tell me, what happened in the last episode? Quickly.
So in the last episode, like in the beginning, first you see that, like, you discover that Tem is eaten or murdered, eaten, whatever, by a carnivore.
Yeah.
We don't discover like who the actual carnivore is. We just see the shadows, so we don't really know exactly who it is yet. And then
we meet Haru.
A little bit of,
We meet Haru.
Yeah, we meet Haru and we meet Legoshi as well. So Legoshi, he's like this kind of like heroic figure.
Is he?
Kind of, yeah. Like he helps out everyone.
Yeah, I guess
from the
so.
Outside, but then in the beginning,
when we first meet him, he's like really scary.
He's kind of like a stalker, scary guy.
Yeah.
And then Haru, on the other hand, she's this like really strong-willed bunny.
Tiny dwarf bunny.
So cute. And yeah, she gets bullied a lot, but she has a lot of strength when she's actually facing with them.
Yeah.
And she fights back.
A lot of rumors are being spread about her being like somebody who sleeps with your boyfriend or sleeps with lots of guys and stuff.
Which is like basically just spread out.
Yeah.
It just became like spread like wildfire, basically. But didn't really stem from the truth.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true. Is that a spoiler? It might be a spoiler. I'm just gonna say that in a way it's true.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Don't do this again, too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So then, in the end, towards the end, we see a little different side of Legoshi when he smells something. And it's like this aura floating around, and he smells it, and then he like becomes a little crazy, and he his like animal instincts come out, and he smells Haru, who's like on the other side towards the water fountain, and he goes towards her, runs after her, and she realizes, and she starts to run away. And then eventually he catches up to her, and that's how the episode ends. Like, very boom.
Yeah, like he grabs her and boom, it's done. Boom, shaka.
No, just like
boom.
Shocker.
Shaka. Oh, shocker, not shaka.
No.
Boom, shocker laka. I got it. I understand.
Mhm.
Wow, fantastic, Doobie.
Oh.
Anyhow.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention we also meet some of the drama club members, but that
Yes.
also doesn't matter because they don't introduce them. But they do in the manga. I'm sorry. I'm salty.
Don't be salty too. Be sweet.
Never.
Eat some sugar.
No, I used it all
You
up to
just
make my
eat,
banana bread.
Didn't you just eat mini eggs?
I thought you were gonna start singing A Spoonful of Sugar.
No.
A spoonful of sugar helps the saltiness go down.
Wow.
Salty. What?
No. I didn't even think about doing that at all.
Dupe just doesn't think.
Shut up. I've been thinking all day.
Altercation.
So where were we?
Okay. So the episode starts and Legoshi is like dreaming. I think like I thought we were gonna start with kind of what happened last night because I was like ready. I was ready to like figure out like what was gonna happen. Like, is he gonna eat her? Is he gonna eat Haru? Because he's like,
you thought it would just like cut off into that part and continue
yeah.
it from that part.
I just wanted to know what happened next. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But he's dreaming. He dreams like he's in a jail with like blood dripping onto the ground, and he's laying on the ground, but the ground is like a pool of blood because like the blood is dripping. All you hear is. And then you could hear him talking to himself and he's like, I don't want to wake up. And he even says like, I don't even feel like I'm asleep. I just want to be a shell so then I won't have to wake up or sleep, which is extremely depressing. But don't you think he'd look cute as a shellfish? A Lego she-fish.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he's depressed and he's sleeping. And then Kala, the sheepdog, wakes him up. And I don't know why I've written this here, but I've written, imagine waking up to a sheepdog. Just in your face. He's like, whoa, hey there, wake up, Legoshi, Mr. Scary Face. I'm like, wow. And then we see like there's a lot of dogs in one room. Like all those dogs I listed off before, they're all in that one room. And like we finally, like I said, we get to meet his roommates, and like I also said, they're all dog-like. They're from the genus Canidae. I'm smart. No. So Durham, one of Legoshi's other roommates, like he thinks Legoshi looks grumpy. And he's like, what are you grumpy for? Is it because you're not prepared for the math test? And then, you know, Legoshi, he looks really rough and he looks really gloomy. And his roommate, Jack, who's his bestie, notices that too. And he says, oh, you know, Legoshi, he looks even gloomier than normal. And then Legoshi looks into a mirror and then he can see like the wild beast version of himself from last night.
Yeah.
And he's like obviously super disturbed from what happened. I mean, like the wolf that attacked her was him, but it's like some weird distorted version of him. That's what he can see in the mirror.
Yeah. It's basically like he's just kind of reflecting on himself, but we don't at this point we don't know exactly what happened afterwards.
You're gonna tell us,
it's
right?
Just like, yeah, of course I'm gonna tell you guys. But at this point you're like, okay, but what really happened, right?
Yeah.
So okay, now we'll get into what actually happened. So
suck it to me, dude. Suck it to me. I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
To you.
Shoot it to me. I said it wrong though. I should have said it like a 50s anchor. Suck it to me, dude. Suck it to me.
I'm not gonna do that. I'll just say
You just don't know how.
That's true too. Yeah, so now we actually see what happened the night before when Legoshi went up to Haru and grabbed her from behind. This is a very intense scene. Just a little
God,
FYI.
yeah. Like if you watch any scene in this anime, watch this one and you'll get like a good idea of what the feeling of this anime is like.
Yeah, well, before this, like, it wasn't so much intense.
It was just like la la la, we're kids, we're animals, we're at a school, it's Zootopia. Somebody died, but that's okay.
Yeah, that was the first episode, but this is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So anyways, It opens with Legoshi, who hears heartbeats.
Yeah.
And he wonders whether it belongs to him or Haru. So it's like a kind of like he's in this whole like vision thing where he's remembering what happened. And it just takes you to that scene, that point. And let me just read you how he says his thoughts. Like you're listening into his thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's so flippin' weird.
It's like, it's creepy, but the thoughts that are running through his head, they're almost sexual in a way. It's so weird. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So these are his thoughts, the way he says it in the show. He goes, "She feels so warm and small.
Ugh.
She moves around a lot and her breath is making my arm wet.
Ugh.
Under her clothes.
Ugh.
What's under her soft fur?"
Ugh.
Stop.
Ugh.
What should I do? What should I... How satisfying it would feel in my mouth. The warm flesh.
Disgusting.
Like, what?
Disgusting. Oh my god. And then like, oh my god, it was like, I remember when I first watched it, I must have been like eating or something, and I like stopped and I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it was this weird like trance almost that he was in, and it didn't seem like the whole like the vibe that we got from his personality in the first episode, right? I mean, at the end we knew something was going to happen, but like we didn't really know how he would change specifically. But oh my gosh, this is like, what?
Yeah, he's like a completely different version of himself.
Yeah. Sorry, that was Luna. I can even see her paw from here. What the heck?
Where are you? Are you in your living room?
I'm in my bedroom.
What is happening?
She dug through and she put her paws in there. She's like, no. The heck? Okay.
You have like that stuffed animal, right?
No, not that one. It's the other one, like where the heat comes from.
Up above you?
Yeah.
You need to fix your roof.
I know. But what the fuck?
Your cat's gonna get stuck in your ceiling.
What is she doing? She won't fit there, but her paw apparently can.
You can just see her paw. For people who don't know, there's a hole in Doom's ceiling, and it like travels into the room next to her, which is her living room, and her cat can like stick its paw through the hole, so she can see her paw above her head right now.
Yeah. And she's like, no, and she's just like digging through, and it's so cute, but like, what the heck? After that little dialogue, that little it felt like
that little spicy dialogue we heard.
Yeah, spicy is one word for it. Uncomfortable. Yeah, after that dialogue, there you see like a physical like dark version of Legoshi come out. And he makes an appearance and he tries to convince Legoshi to give in to his like animal instincts and eat Haru. He says that Legoshi has been starving for too long and that he's wanted to eat other animals for a while. So basically he's trying to like put thoughts into Legoshi's mind and kind of manipulate him to give in and to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because so far Legoshi's been like a very like good-mannered person, I would say. And the dark version is very convincing because his tone and like the way that he's like delivering his whole speech is just like, it honestly would have convinced me too.
Yeah. He's like, you've lived in the shadows so long, so quietly, and suppressed your feelings. Is that sadness you're feeling right now? Or frustration? no, you feel joy from the bottom of your heart. And then these big eyes appear on the screen because Legoshi this whole time, he's like, no, I don't want to. Leave me alone. And then these big eyes appear on screen. He's like, look at me. Face yourself. I'm growing bigger. Can't you see? And like, do you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of Monster.
Oh,
Look at me, Mom. The monster's growing inside of me.
Oh yeah, I love Monster.
We're talking about Monster by Naoki Urasawa, which is about a serial killer, and the serial killer references this old tale, and in the tale it's about a monster who goes around eating other monsters in order to gain a name. And like I think at one point the monster says to somebody, it says, look at me, the monster's growing inside of me. So it reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's such a great manga.
I never finished it.
I finished it and I loved it. I think it's one of my favorites.
I think the problem I had was I felt like towards the end there was just volumes and volumes of filler. And I couldn't deal with it. I was like, just tell me what happens. But then it just getting more fillery, and I was like, I'm done. But like, I'll try again later.
Yeah. Well, I have all of it. So I definitely will read it again. I bought it. That's how much I like it.
I bought it. It's in my living room. My cat moves them around all the time.
Of course she does. It comes with a package. After that whole dialogue about like
the next spicy dialogue. The second spicy.
A different kind of spicy, but yeah.
This version of the dark version of Legoshi, he's just scary spice probably, right?
Yeah.
Scary spice Legoshi.
Yeah, this one is definitely that.
Yeah.
So after the scary spicy Legoshi dialogue.
Yes.
I'm gonna call him Scary Spice.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
So Scary Spice eventually convinces Legoshi.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, Legoshi.
Tell me what you really, really want.
Look at me. Face yourself. I'm growing bigger. That's what I want, what I really, really want.
Well, in the end,
yes,
he actually says, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
When he says, when Scary Spice eventually he convinces Legoshi to eat Haru. You see his fangs come out, sharpen, and his mouth salivating. And then Legoshi says, I want to.
He even like sinks his claw into Haru's arm, and then he starts saying, I'll eat you, I'll eat you, I'll eat you. And like you could see Haru's face, and she looks so scared. I was like, oh no, poor Haru.
After all she's been through in the first episode, like just to like die, no. Like
even like the dialogue you were hearing her say in the last episode, it was so sad. She was saying like, I don't even deserve to live, but even so, I ran away, and it was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So at that point, Legoshi's eyes, like they become red as well, and he's like just about to sink his teeth into her when the goat, Zoe, runs towards Legoshi and asks him for help. And he's like running so frantically too.
Yeah.
So hearing his voice distracts Legoshi, and Haru also notices, and she immediately tries to escape.
Yeah.
But because of the sudden escape attempt, Legoshi grips his claws into her as she leaves, and there's just like this huge like scar on her arm with blood like oozing out as she runs away with her teeny little legs.
And like he could see like the smell going off into the distance, and he's just like watching it like, oh
yeah. Yeah, and I think his animal instincts like also kind of go away.
It's like he's coming out of his trance.
Yeah. So then we like go back to like Zoe. Okay, why is Zoe there?
Yeah. So Zoe.
So Zoe then directs Legoshi back to the theater in the school, and Louis is there on his one knee. And you can tell he's like been injured because of the way that he's standing. He's like almost shaking a bit.
Yeah.
As he's gone down in one knee. And Zoe explains that he was reciting his lines and he was like about to trip over and he was gonna fall.
Yeah, they were on the stage and they were like, because the reason they were there, like we said last time, was that they were trying to practice for the play Adler. And then Zoe, the dummy, he didn't notice that he was near the edge of the stage and he tripped.
It was so dramatic, the scene.
Oh yeah.
Because like you see Zoe and he's like, ah, like about to fall off in the side of the stage.
Yeah.
And his face is like, oh my gosh, and his one leg is like on the other side, and his other leg is like on the theater stage. And then Louis is like a little further from him, and he sees, and he has this like shock on his face, and he runs over, and he like extends his hands over to.
It could have been more dramatic. It could have been like one of those Indian drama things.
Oh, that is so true. Indian/Korean, because both of them can be really dramatic.
It could have had a billion cuts and like a lot of zoom, wow noises.
Before they fall, it could have had like 100 different cuts.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Each angle and each level of falling.
Maybe they would have closed up on like Louis' eye or like one of the stage seats. Yeah. One of the stage seats.
So it was still dramatic though. And he like extended his hand towards Zoe, and he basically protected Zoe's fall because he ended up actually landing on the floor directly.
But like, why do you think Louis even saved him? It didn't even seem like he cared about Zoe before.
I think it's a front. Well, I don't know really much about him at this point, to be honest, because I still don't think Louis. I still don't think that he really cares for anyone or something, but I think it's just the front because that's who like everyone expects him to be. That's how everyone expects him to act. And so that's why he protected him. Or maybe it could be that he's very into the play itself. And
he doesn't want to like lose another character or another person.
Yeah. So I don't think he saw him as a person really, like, or as a goat.
As a goat. Right. They're animals.
I didn't think he saw another creature, but more so like as another body, as another team member in the play, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, but I don't think he thought that he was gonna get hurt when he did it. He just thought that he would save him.
Yeah, and he pulls off this like really strong figure too, which I don't know whether he's actually strong or not. But yeah, it's definitely not for Zoe himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, Louis says that he'll be fine by tomorrow because he does get injured, right? And
it's like his leg. He injures his leg or something.
Yeah, he injures his leg and he was kind of like limping, and he just kind of brushes it off and he's like, I'll be fine by tomorrow. And he asks Legoshi to give him a hand and kind of help him up and help him walk around a bit. And so Louis also thanks him for being the lookout, and he asks if anything happened outside.
And Legoshi's like, no. And he like wipes Haru's blood on his pants butt.
Yeah. Yeah. No, nothing happened. You didn't miss anything.
I don't have blood. No blood. There's no blood on my butt.
No.
Has anybody heard that song called, what is it? Blood on my belt? Blood by my belt? Hold on. Drums. Blood Under My Belt by the Drums?
No.
That's what it reminded me of.
Oh.
Everybody listen to that song. Keep going, dude.
Link me later too.
Okay.
But yeah, so then you see Legoshi go to the bathroom afterwards, and his dark version, or Scary Spice, is staring back at him.
Or as you've written here, staring at Jim.
I was typing on my phone, okay?
Staring at Jim. Who's Jim?
It's a whole new character. No.
God.
This is him. I meant to write him.
Scary Spice is staring at Jim.
Scary Spice
is
staring at him.
Yeah.
In the mirror.
Yeah.
Staring at Legoshi. And there's just like this like creepy music.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. Ooh. No. Everybody actually go watch the actual scene. The music's pretty sick. It doesn't sound like whatever the hell Doob did. Stop.
I'm just giving a vibe.
Stop. A vibe. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Check. Tonight's vibe will be woo. Oh my God.
But yeah, the actual music is better. I'm just giving you an idea. You know? So yeah, right after that, he punches a mirror. Like she punches the mirror, and the mirror breaks. So Scary Spice then disappears. Oof. What the heck?
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, I think you have a Scary Spice.
Upstairs.
Oh.
Anyways.
So then we're suddenly back in the present, and he's going to breakfast with his roommates, and he looks super tired. He basically looks like me in the morning. He's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And his roommates are looking at the board for the breakfast hall to see like what they're going to eat. And this is that thing I talked about last time. They explain it here. So they're having bread, scrambled eggs, and bean steak. And we can see that the options are divided based on what the class of animals they are. So like the carnivores have the bean steak, and the herbivores are having the soy milk, the tofu donuts, and the steamed veggies. And all of that sounds amazing. And then we can hear Jack narrating and explaining that at the boarding school, the students have to eat all their meals in the cafeteria, and that meat is prohibited, and it's not even on the menu in restaurants outside of the school, and that's why they get the bean burgers to give them enough protein as like a meat substitute. And as they're walking to like their table, one of their roommates almost steps on, I think it's like Durham, he almost steps on one of these teeny little rodent girls. She's so cute. She's like, oh no. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I almost stepped on you. And she's like, oh, thank you. And that would be you, Doob. That would be you if you were an animal.
Shut up.
It would be. You'd be you'd be tiny like that. Doob's tiny.
It doesn't mean you can step on me.
Nobody said they'd step on you, Doob. I didn't say that.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't want to be a rat that people can just step on.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, that must be such a problem. Because there's so many different types of animals going to this school. Like there's any animal you can think of, they're there. Except I haven't seen any sea people. I haven't seen any sea animals. I don't know how that works.
Well, they're like physically going into the school, so I'm thinking it's just land animals.
Okay, animals that can be on land. Maybe there's a sea school.
Maybe in an alternate world. I don't know.
I wonder how that works. We'll see in season 2 probably. This is season 2. But then we see like the rodent girl talking to like her other rodent friends about how she almost got squashed, and they tell her that's why we need to walk along the walls to keep safe. And I thought that was like a really interesting look into the daily lives of like the smaller animals, because like I said, there's so many animals at this school. How would they coexist with one another? Like how would you not step on a tiny animal? How would you accommodate everybody?
You know, like how we have like different classrooms, like homerooms and stuff in high school. Maybe like separate them by their sizes.
I don't know. Like I think there's like an elephant that goes there too.
Oh geez. Well, maybe like some like in the similar sizes, maybe like
maybe
combine them so that they're like the smaller ones and the medium-sized ones can be together, and then
That's so hard, but they all have to like leave and walk to class. Yeah, I don't know. I think in the
maybe live in
manga,
like a COVID kind of
oh my
school.
God,
They
no,
would say,
COVID
"This is where you
school.
walk. This is where you come back."
This is the store you can shop at. No, I think in the manga, one of them does, one of those rodent girls does get stepped on, and she gets sent to the infirmary,
Oh my gosh.
or like she gets run into or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
Uh-huh. But anyhow, the roommate that like stepped on the rodent, he goes to like sit down with his friends to eat, and he's like, "Hey, I think I need glasses. I almost stepped on a rodent girl. Hey, Legoshi, do you think I would be cool with glasses? What do you think, Legoshi?" But Legoshi, like, he isn't even paying attention. He's like lost in thought about like last night, and he's like, "I can't eat this bread." He's like looking at his lunch, and he has like bread or something. He's like,
Yeah.
I can't eat it. I don't want to touch it. It's too soft," and he because he thinks like it'll remind him of Haru if he touches it.
Mm,
And he doesn't want what happened last night to happen again. Like, I don't think he wants to bring out scary spice.
yeah.
Yeah. But then suddenly his thoughts are like interrupted by two carnivores fighting. Like, there's a fox and hyena that start fighting. One of them is like, "You stepped on my tail." And the other one's like, "Hey, I already said sorry, you asshole." And like the hyena is like, "Yeah, you said sorry, but you laughed when you said it. So you were making fun of me, weren't you?" And the fox says something like, "All those lines on your face must be from stress." Ha 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 ha. Because the hyena has like lines on his face. So he's like making fun of his face. And I'm like, is that racist? That might be racist.
It reminds me of high school, the way they're fighting, like so immature.
Yeah.
And so pointless.
Some of the students, like, they start screaming, but they're just watching while the hyena and the fox fight. And like the hyena loses it and he bites the fox's arm.
Oh gosh.
And Legoshi is staring. He's like silent, but something about the animals fighting triggers something inside of him, and it reminds him of last night. It's like seeing the predators fight excites him, or excites scary spice inside of him. And all he can hear in his head is, "I'll eat you. I'll eat you." And he can see last night, he can see himself holding Haru. And then the voice says, "You feel the joy from the bottom of your heart." And we could see like the sparks flying in his veins again. But instead of like giving into it, he like yells, "Enough!"
It's basically to like stop scary spice from coming back out.
But it interrupts the fight instead.
Well, yeah, because he said it like out loud.
Yeah.
Really loudly.
Like even his roommates, like Jack knows Legoshi, and he knows that Legoshi would never do something like that.
Yeah.
And he knows that Legoshi's been acting weird. So he looks at him and he's like, "Legoshi, what the hell is up with you? What are you doing?" And then the fox like comes over. He's like, "What the hell is your problem? Are you trying to pick a fight with me?" And Legoshi's like, "No, and he's like analyzing the situation. He's like comparing his weight in his head to the weight of the fox. Like he's trying to think like, if I fight him, I'd win, but like I don't want to fight him. How can I get out of this without fighting him? How could I lose on purpose but also make it look real, because like the fox is trying to pick a fight with him."
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to fight me? Why don't you come over here and I can bite your head too." And then Legoshi, he's like overthinking. He's like, "What if I drop something and pretend to pick it up?" And then all of a sudden you hear the girls screaming. So obviously Louis is here. Louis!
Oh my gosh,
Louis! It's Louis from Adler! Like Louis walks in basically. He like saunters in, and his theme song, his jazzy theme song starts playing.
Yeah.
Like he chastises the fox for like showing his fangs in public, and he's like, "You have bad manners."
Jeez.
He says like he's like, "It must not be easy being a carnivore, because not all of them have the personality to match their power."
Oh boy.
And the fox is like, well, if it isn't Louis, the superstar rich kid." I'm not even kidding. That's how he says it.
Really? Oh yeah.
And then the fox says to Louis, "Oh, it must not be easy being you either because you're aiming to be the next Beastar. So you have to work on your popularity." And all of a sudden, we finally get the explanation into the title of the anime as to what a Beastar is.
Mm-hmm.
And like this national anthem sounding music plays, it's like starts playing, right?
Yeah.
And then Jack, who was narrating before, he starts explaining that a Beastar is like the hero of the animal kingdom, and it's their responsibility to like unite the whole school, and they look beyond discrimination, and they just sound like they're supposed to be like the ultimate role model for all the beasts or something like that.
Yeah. So in the beginning, like even for me, I didn't know what Beastars was. I was like Beast, Star,
A star beast?
a Star Beast.
What is
But
it?
it makes sense now because the role model is kind of like the star of like all of them.
So it's like the person with the most popularity, I guess. I
Yeah, the person
guess
that they look up to the
Yeah,
most.
that all the animals can look up to. I guess it makes sense. I was gonna say it makes sense in an animal kingdom, but it also makes sense in like the real world too. Like we all have people who try to become somebody who other people will look up to. I thought of the
Mhm.
word influencer,
Influencer, yeah.
like a big influencer.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something like that. So that's what Louis is trying to be. He's trying to be the next B star. He's trying to be the next YouTube influencer, basically. Not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, basically.
basically. So Louis asks like, "Do you even know why we truly need a B star?" Like he asks that to the fox. And I was thinking probably because beasts like the fox and the hyena who go around picking fights with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tells the fox, "Why don't you worry about yourself instead of worrying about me?"
Oh geez.
And then everybody starts cheering for Louis. They're like, "Yeah, Louis!" And then Louis, his words like make the fox angry, and he like accuses Louis of like twisting other people's words around to get people on his side. And then everybody starts yelling at the fox and the hyena. They're like, "Go away, get out of here!" And like the Japanese subtitles, I'm gonna mention them a lot because for whatever reason on Netflix, the subtitles for the English, like the English subtitles, they aren't directly what they're saying in English. Like they aren't just what they're saying in English. The
Yeah,
subtitles are the translation of the Japanese version. Like if you were listening in Japanese,
I
for
think
whatever reason, Netflix does that with all its anime.
yeah, I was gonna say that that happens with like pretty much all of the animes, even for dramas, like everything that's not in English, they translate from whatever language it's originally from
Yeah, and they
in
use that as
English.
the English subtitles, which is weird
Yeah,
because it's not what they're saying.
yeah.
So, like in the Japanese subtitles, they say, um, "Go wash your fangs out with soap."
Which is weird.
So anyhow, the fox and the hyena, they skedaddle, they get out of here. And then Louis tells Legoshi, that was payback for helping me last night. And
Mm-hmm.
Legoshi like tries to thank Louis, but he's awkward. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you didn't have to thank me." Yeah. But Louis, he can read Legoshi. He already knows that Legoshi was just desperately trying to find a way out of the fight. He even tells him like you weren't trying to actually fight them. You were just looking for a way out. You're a coward basically. And Louis says, "I don't know how much longer that's going to work for you." But the Japanese subs say, "I don't know how much longer you can fake your personality," which I thought made more sense.
Yeah.
And then he says, "You know what? You're more like a wolf than I thought," which I thought I didn't understand that because for that part the Japanese subtitles say you're a worse wolf than I thought, which I thought made more sense.
Mm.
But then I realized he for the original English version where he says you're more like a wolf than I thought, I
Mm-hmm.
realized it meant that he's a wolf in sheep's clothing because Louis
Mm.
thinks that Legoshi is hiding his true ferocity
Oh
inside of him,
yeah.
like he said in episode 1.
Mm.
So then Legoshi kind of wonders, if Louis is the justice around here, then what does that make me?
What is Legoshi's identity then?
Yeah. If he's the good guy, am I just pretending to be the good guy? Am I a wolf in sheep's clothing? Did you say am I Adler?
No, am I a bad guy?
Oh, am I a bad guy? How does that song by Billie Eilish go? Do 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 do. Is that bad guy?
Yeah, because I'm a bad
guy.
You
know, you didn't do the duh. You didn't do the duh. Duh. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend or anything. Damn. You think that you're the doob. I think, therefore, I tube. Yes.
So we should do a record tube.
Yeah, doob and tube covers. They just say their name. The whole song is the same. They just say their name in it.
Doob, tube. Tube.
But he got the apple bottom doobs, boots with the tubes, The whole club was looking at Doob. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, Doob got low.
Alrighty.
We hit number 100 on the charts.
Top 100. So then. Okay. We
hit the floor.
Shut up. Then we go over to another like intense scene. Well, it starts off really intense.
Yeah.
Like intense running scene with a Grim Reaper and a zebra girl.
Yeah, they're running, right? And like the girl says something like, "Why are you helping me?" And the Grim Reaper says, like, "You were supposed to be dead 3 days ago. That's why they're chasing after us. They're trying to kill you."
And then the Grim Reaper like pulls a sword out to fight with the other creatures because there are like 3 other creatures there, and it's all dark and stuff. And he's basically trying to fight to save the zebra to like protect her from the others. And then right after we realize it's just like a part of the play, which is
Adler.
Adler. It was very well done though, because it was a great like transition to go from like a really dark, realistic, well, for the anime at least, to like a light portion, because the theater was like very well lit while they were practicing, but the whole scene, like in the beginning when we didn't know that it was part of the play, it was like very dark and moody and everything.
They were like running through a forest, and then all of a sudden they're in a brightly lit theater.
Yeah. I thought it was like very, very, very well done.
Very well done.
Very, very well done.
I don't think they've explained the plot of Adler yet, which is interesting because I'm sure they explained it in the manga by now. I'm not sure if I should say it or not. Like, I don't know if it's like a spoiler. Is that a spoiler?
Don't say it.
I won't say it. They'll probably explain the plot later on. Yeah. But basically, the main character of Adler is the Grim Reaper, and that's what Louis is playing.
Yeah.
And the costume for Adler is like really cool. It's like he has this big skull head and he has this big red cloak covering his head. And then you have like his antlers sticking out. Like he looks like he could be the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Is this foreshadowing? Because I don't even know I don't know the ending. So don't answer that. But that's just that I'll keep to myself and the people who are listening.
We shall see.
So then the pelican.
He's Sanu. I looked it up. His name is Sanu. He's the club president.
Oh.
There's like lots of different positions in the club. You have like the club leaders, which is like Louis and like some other people from the club. But he's the president, Sanu.
Oh. Because like a lot of the creatures, like they're there, but you don't really know who they are.
They don't introduce it. Like for whatever reason in the anime, they just don't say who's who.
Yeah. So even for Zoe, like I forgot the name. And I Googled, I think I Googled Ram. And 2 creatures popped up. And one was Zoe, one was another one. I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
But I was like, okay, that's the one. And then it was like Zoe.
Or as you said, Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah. Because Zoe sounds like a girl's name. That's why I was like, Zoe? But it's a guy. But yeah.
I don't know. But like, that's one thing I don't like. They don't say who actually, in between, like in the intermissions, in between like the scenes, you'll
Mhm.
see like a student ID will pop up on the screen, and it will show you a picture of one of the characters.
I saw that for Haru.
Yeah, it shows you like their full name and like their animal classification. They'll do
Mhm.
that for the other animals too. I guess
Okay.
that's to take the place of the fact that they haven't introduced anybody, but it's really annoying. That's why I've been doing those character introductions at the beginning, because they don't say who's who. Like
Yeah.
all those animals I introduced as, like I said, as Lego She's roommates, they don't say who those people are. They're just there.
Mhm. Well, at least we know now.
Thank you. Thank you. I did my job. I Googled.
Thank you, Google.
Thank you,
You work
Google.
wonders.
You're a rich corporation.
And we're not rich, but we used you.
We used you. Clean up and go home. Oh no.
Jesus. Stop right there.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. What have I done? You know what? That's you sounded like a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was just an awkward, like,
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, so Sanu, he
pelican,
realizes, the pelican, yeah, he realizes that something is wrong when he sees Louis moving really slowly.
Yeah, he's like, you're moving really, like because they were practicing, but then
Yeah.
Sanu stopped it, and he cut the practice short because he could tell Louis was moving weird.
Yeah. But Louis kind of just like plays it off, and he pretends like he's a hero and stuff, and he's like, I'm fine again. Same way he was acting with Legoshi before.
And he tells the other the three others who were chasing after him, their characters are, I think, are water, earth, and wind or something like that. And he tells them they're played by carnivores, and they're chasing after him, who's an herbivore. And he's saying to them, I want you to use the fact that you're carnivores and that I'm an herbivore to make your performance more intense. So he's like really into it. He's really into this play.
Yeah. And I think that's why he saved Zoe earlier too, because he's really, really into it.
Yeah, he says like this play is really important. It's important for the first years who are coming in to see this play. They need to know how important the drama club is.
Yeah. Then you see Legoshi in a like it cuts to another kind of scene, and Legoshi is just like in a group with all these other creatures.
Yeah, that he's like with the behind the scenes art crew. They're just like outside, and they're going through the costumes, like to make sure that everything's like cool or whatever with the costumes. And did you see the red panda?
Yeah.
So cute. He was like sitting on top of some boxes because he's too tiny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that red panda is me.
Okay, fine. That red panda is you. Which one's me? I want to be one.
Okay, to be decided too.
Yay.
I will have it ready. I will decide on who yours is for next episode.
Okay.
So yeah, then they laugh and end up finding they're like just like laughing about something.
Yeah, they're like joking around. Oh, they're joking around because Kai, he was all angry. He's like, I was supposed to be in the play and now I'm here on sewing duty. And then they say to him like, oh, you know, you're really good at sewing. And he goes, really? And they all start laughing.
Yeah. So then they end up finding Tem's coat. Yeah. The one that died in the beginning. Remember Tem? The really cute goat, apparently, that I called.
Yeah,
alpaca.
He's a goat.
The cute alpaca.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they find his coat, and that kind of triggers Legoshi's memories. And he's thinking in his mind about him, and he's like saying how ironic it is the way he died, which we both thought too. He basically just kind of reinstates everything that we said before.
It's like he says he was devoured, which is like, it's the ultimate taboo in their world. And that's like why nobody wants to talk about it, because like I said before, you're not supposed to eat meat in that world.
Exactly. So as he remembers, it cuts to Louis behind the backstage of the theater room, and you see his actual injury, and you see like it's not his foot.
It's like his ankle.
It's his ankle. Yeah, his ankle is like hurt really badly. Like ouch! Like it's like you can physically see like a bumpy.
Yeah, it's swollen and purple.
Yeah. And you can tell he's in a lot of pain because he's making these sounds like like. So we just realized like how bad the injury is.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of the scene is kind of going back and forth between like Legoshi's thoughts while he's there with the crew there, and Louis in the backstage of the theater room. So we go back now to Legoshi. He concludes that it was probably Louis that was like the most in touch with the incident, and how Louis
with Tem,
with Tem, and how Louis was feeling a lot of pressure because of all the responsibilities and the strong face that he has to provide to the entire school. This scene has like a lot of emotion. I feel like every time that Legoshi talks about Louis, like when he's not around, not directly to Louis, but when he's talking about Louis or thinking about Louis, and we get to listen to his thoughts, they're very emotional.
I think he just has a lot of empathy. Like he thinks he could understand other creatures.
Yeah.
He could understand Louis. Like as much as Louis can read him, he can read Louis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually that makes sense. Yeah. Because even though Louis is like I think of him as a jerk.
He is a jerk.
Yeah. Okay, you too. Okay. Yeah, even though he's a jerk, there are certain characteristics.
Altercation.
There are certain characteristics that that he has that are kind of like that are borderline good as well.
It endears you to him a little bit. I felt kind of bad for him.
Yeah. He's going through all this pain, but he's kind of like he's not just brushing it off. What should I say? Like he
putting it aside.
He's trying to think more about like everyone else, like the actual theater. And the play, he wants the play to go well so much that even though he's in like a whole bunch of pain, he's just kind of putting it aside and trying not to think about the pain and kind of just struggling through with it, which is very well. I respect that part.
Yeah.
So far, like that part, like because he's doing it for the play itself, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I respect him in that regard.
I think like if he wasn't Adler, I think he knows like if he wasn't Adler, like if he wasn't the lead, then the play wouldn't be as good as it could be. That's why he's pushing through with it. And also he wants to be the next Beastar, so he has to show everybody like the best face of himself, the best side of himself. He can't look weak for 1 second.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes, and it's interesting because like I said, Louis is playing the Grim Reaper and he's an herbivore, but like you think that role would go to a carnivore because it's a character that's supposed to take life. And he even tells like the other animals earlier during the fight scene, like, you know, like I said, I'm an herbivore, attack me as if I was an herbivore, and attack me as if I'm prey. And it's like, I think he like wants to show the school the symbolism of it all, especially like with what just happened with Tem. He must want to show the strength of the herbivores. Like, don't be scared of these carnivores. We're strong too. Maybe that's what he's trying to do.
Maybe he's that's like kind of like a representative of all the herbivores to show them how even though they're herbivores, they can be strong. They can be just as, you know.
If he becomes the next Beastar, he'd be an herbivore representative. Yeah. That's why I think Legoshi is thinking about it. He's thinking about how Louis, that's why he thinks Louis is the most in touch with the incident, because that's why Louis must feel all the pressure. Yeah.
So Legoshi's thoughts are then interrupted when the birds.
The peacock. He has pretty lashes. Did you see? He had pink lashes.
Yeah. I want lashes like that.
You can have them, you know.
I mean, I can, but
go to work looking like a drag queen. Everybody would love to go to your bank then.
I will just flutter my eyelashes and people will be like, yes.
Cover girl. Let your whole body talk. Head to toe. Something like that. That's how the song goes, I think. From RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah. So the peacock asks.
Peacock. The peacock.
Peacock asks Legacy to go pick up flowers for from the gardening club to decorate the auditorium for the final scene of the play. And she even shows a drawing to Legacy, and it looks very pretty. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, like the way they want to lay out the flowers and stuff. What'd you say?
Yeah. I said this girl knows what's up.
The peacock?
Yeah.
Peacock's a guy.
This guy knows what's up.
Okay.
And this creature knows what's up.
Okay, I do.
Yeah. So then they say it's because he needs to work on his communication skills.
Yeah.
That they're sending Legacy.
Yeah, the anteater's like, you're in second year. Your communication skills should be better by now.
Yeah. Well, it's true though. Like, he's very awkward.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, we know. Like, we've heard so much from him, mostly by his thoughts, not his actual words that he uses to talk with people, but mostly his thoughts in particular.
Yeah.
So we know he doesn't really have all the communication skills. It's not like it definitely needs a lot of brushing.
A lot of brushing?
Yes.
Brushing up.
Brushing up.
That's the phrase, dude.
It needs a lot of brushing.
It's not hair. He needs to brush up his communication skills. Not he needs to brush his communication skills.
Legacy, please brush your communication skills.
Brush your fur.
Please tame it.
Oh my god. But yeah, Legacy, he doesn't want to go because the club is run by herbivores and he doesn't think they'll be comfortable talking to him, but they force him to go.
Yeah, I don't think he even wants to go, even if it's carnivores. I don't think he's yeah, sure, I'll go. He's I think he's a little bit socially
awkward.
Yeah. I mean, he's very socially awkward.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would go anyways, but he just kind of
no. I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah. Maybe you're Legacy too.
Am I secretly gonna kill you?
I hope not.
I did make myself Lego sheet in the character things I drew. I drew little characters to represent us in the podcast, and I'm Lego sheet and Doom is Haru. Oopsies.
I look so cute. Actually, we both look so cute.
Yeah. Everybody go follow our TikTok.
Whoop. That's everyone going to follow us on TikTok.
Whoop! Whoop!
All right.
All right.
So then Legacy says he'll go as long as someone goes with him.
So he ends up going up with the anteater.
Yeah.
And the anteater, that's the same anteater from last episode that tried to help Haru.
Yeah.
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 But then he didn't because somebody said to him, the horse said to him, I remember now, the horse.
Yeah.
The horse was like, that's Haru. And the anteater was like, oh no.
What a wuss. But yeah, you'll see again. He's gonna be another wuss. So on his way, Legacy smells a familiar scent, and he recognizes it's the same scent from last night, which is Haru. So he he knows, like, he goes to like open the door to where the gardening area is.
Yeah.
And he knows that as he's pulling the door that it's gonna be Haru on the other side.
Yeah.
So he sees her and he tries to think of a reason to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, stomachache, bathroom, errand.
What can I do? What can I do? And it's like overthinker.
Yeah. And like this is like all in his mind, right? He's like thinking of excuses in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And right when he says errand, the anteater says errand. He's like, I have an errand.
I have an errand.
Because he also saw Haru.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that's Haru from the last episode.
That's exactly what he thought. That's Haru from episode 1.
No, he was like, that's the same Haru that the horses told me about, basically. Yeah. And he leaves with the same excuse. So now, like, Legacy's kind of stuck.
Yeah, he's like, bye, Legoshi. I'll get the handshakes next time. See ya.
And boom, he leaves. So
and then Legoshi is left with Haru.
Yeah. So Haru knows that the anteater left because of the rumors, because she was also there at the time when he ran away last time. And she asks Legoshi if he's scared of her.
Yeah, like, aren't you scared of me too?
And he thinks, I almost devoured you. You should be scared of me.
No shit. Well, he's like, he even says, like, I don't even have the right to be scared or talk to you. And I'm like, how dramatic.
And then, like, Haru goes over the layout of the drama club, that, like, the layout that the drama club has for the flowers. And Legacy thinks she's so small, standing above her.
And she, like, looks up at him to say something, and it's so cute.
It's cute because of, like, because it's his, it's Legoshi's, vision, right, of her. Yeah. And she's just standing, like, so short, like, down below.
Yeah, because he's so tall.
Yeah. And it's kind of cute to see it from his perspective because she's so tiny. But I'm imagining in her perspective, it would be like a huge brick or something.
Yeah. It's just this huge fucking wolf towering over her. How is she not scared?
Yeah. He's like thinking about her while standing above her and seeing how like small and cute she is, basically. And she even like touches him, to which he like panics, and you can tell like he felt something.
Well, he felt something because she touched him.
Well, not just that, like it was like this like emotion as well.
He felt emotions.
Yeah.
That was the something.
Yes.
It's just emotions taking me over. Caught up in sorrow, lost in a song. What is that?
Beats?
Oh, it was beats? Were you doing a beat?
Yeah, I was just clapping.
It wasn't to the time. It wasn't to the right time.
I don't even
You
know
were off beat. You were like, it's just emotions taking me over.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn
it. So yeah, she touches him because she wants to tie his tail back so he doesn't hit her plants.
So then all of a sudden Haru says that she can't give away her flowers for free. And she asks Legoshi to help move some plants around in order to kind of pay her back for the flowers.
So Legoshi helps out Haru by moving the plants around for her. And she asks him, like, what year are you in? And he says, like, he's in second year. And she says, oh, you're younger than me. And then she says, like, don't be nervous around me just because I'm older than you. But, like, that's totally not why he's nervous. Haru, he almost ate you the other night.
And you don't even know?
Yeah. And then Legoshi asks her, like, where are the other members? And Haru says that they graduated 4 years ago. And now she's the only gardening club member. And I thought that was so sad. Like, she's the only one up there on that rooftop caring for all of those plants.
Yeah, there are so many plants there. Like,
pants. There were so many pants up there.
I thought you would have noticed. There were so many plants.
Do you remember earlier in episode 1 when Haru was standing in front of those pants and she was watering them?
Yeah. Plants.
Plants.
There were a ton of plants up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just watching through a screen, but you can tell she's like really tiny. And then there's like the whole screen is just surrounded by plants.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Like I think we could tell how tiny she was from like her height comparison to Lego shape.
Yeah,
she's a dwarf rabbit. Like, she's tiny.
Yeah.
Haru was like spritzing the plants with water, and she says that, it's a lot of hard work by herself taking care of the plants, but she needs the plants and they need her. She says like the plants are weak, and so they need her to help them out, but she also needs them to help her out as well. I guess like they make her happy, right? So like they're helping each other.
Yeah.
So like even though I guess she feels weak, the plants help her feel better.
Yeah. And that's cool though. Like some people do like people have different ways of like coping through like bad times, like helping them re-energize and whatnot, like through different hobbies. So some people do like cleaning and stuff to kind of de-stress. Some people I don't know, just watch TV or something and de-stress. Some people talk to other people and then de-stress, and other people plant. I know a lot of people who have actually gone into like planting specifically as a hobby, and they really like involve their time in that, and it really, in the long run, it actually helps them out too. So I do get where she's coming from, because it is a known thing that like I know people also deal with. So
I was thinking of getting plants too.
I don't know, because
you had a plant, and I swear to God, you showed me it one week and it looked good, and then I came to your house like a couple days later and you're like, that's my plant, it's dead.
Yeah, because you know what? Okay, one, I don't think I'm not the best with like plants because I don't really know how to take care of them, but I think one of the huge things that played a part in the killing of the plant is because
that thing was so dead, it was scary. Like I looked at it and it freaked me out how dead that thing looked. I was scared.
It's because there's not much sun there, because the sun is like facing on the other side.
Did you repot the plant when you got it home? Like, did you put it into another pot?
No.
I think you're supposed to repot them.
Even if it already comes in a pot?
I think you're supposed to repot them. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to repot plants and then you water them.
I watered them, but I just didn't repot them. But the sun was not also like on my side.
Literally.
What
happened to the other one? You had 2.
They were all there, right? I didn't have anything like indoor, because I don't know too much about indoor plants. I know they also require.
You live in a basement.
Exactly. They require some sort of light, so I didn't take any risk there. But I thought they would get some sort of sun outside, but they didn't really, because it kind of just overshadows from the top of the roof. So maybe when I don't know if I'll ever get a plant. Maybe an indoor plant when I actually move away from the basement. And I'll have a little light for it as well, just to help them. And I'll be like, every day I'll sing a lullaby to them, like, hang in there, little plant. Grow, grow, grow. Grow.
That doesn't rhyme.
Grow. Doesn't need to rhyme.
I'll eat you. I'll eat you. That's what you sound like.
No. Grow, grow,
you
grow.
feel the joy deep.
Grow.
So, where am I? So
I was gonna say, I don't even know.
I don't remember where I am. Right. So she says that she's weak and the plants are weak, so they help each other out. And she says like she would even risk her life for the plants if she got stubborn enough. And then while she's talking about like risking her life, Legoshi notices the bandages on her arm. It's like over the spot where his claws dug into her the other night. And his heart starts beating like last night, like. And on the inside, he's like telling himself, don't ask Haru about what happened. But for some reason, he gets up and he asks Haru about what happened.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, what happened to your arm? And then you see like the inner Legoshi. He's like, what are you doing? Shut up.
Yeah, it was so weird because he knows he shouldn't be asking that because he already knows what
I
happened.
found it creepy. I'm like, why are you asking her this? You know what happened last night. You did it to her. What are you gaining from asking her about an injury that you caused? Like, say I hurt you, right? And you didn't know it was me. And then the next day I said to you, oh, who did that to you? That'd be so weird. It'd be really cruel, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that person now has to remember like about the whole thing again, like revisit that.
And then what am I getting
part.
from it?
Yeah.
What am I getting from it? Am I happy that you're telling me about it? Do I feel bad? What is he even doing?
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe it was just like a random like impulse thing that he just said out loud.
Is the scary spice getting off on hearing it? Like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it could be,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
But we're
know.
just not seeing Scary Spice. Maybe it's just on the layer. I don't know.
But anyhow, Haru, she kind of looks at her arm and she's like, oh, I forgot what happened. She says that it hurts a lot, but she's fine, and that it probably happened while she was having a bad dream.
Huh.
Definitely. It was
Yeah.
definitely a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Bad dream.
Uh-huh. So he thinks like the whole situation is kind of weird between them. Like he doesn't feel any better after asking her about it, and he doesn't feel any better like right now or like any worse about the whole situation. But all he knows is that he can't stop looking at Haru. This is when things get a little This is the weird part we were talking about at the beginning. The part that we were talking about, we were like,
Yeah.
So Haru takes Legoshi into this like tiny hut she has on the rooftop garden. It's like her little hangout basically.
Yeah.
And she thanks Legoshi for helping her, and she's like, I want to pay you back. What do you like to eat? And Legoshi thinks, oh, I don't want anything like food. I just want to keep talking with you. And he starts to stutter, trying to tell her what he wants, because then he thinks, oh no, she's going to get scared if I say that to her. He starts to overthink about it, right? He's like, oh no, if I was a rabbit, I'd get scared if a wolf said that he wanted to keep talking to me. How do I even say it? Oh no, oh no. And then he closes his eyes and he starts shaking his head like, oh dear, how do I say this? And he's like such a nervous and anxious wolf, like for no fucking reason. He's just overthinking the situation.
Yeah.
And then while he's having his moment, Haru
Get ready. Prepare yourself, guys.
She gets this look on her face like, oh, I know what you want. And she even says out loud, oh, so it's that. And she gives out this like tired sigh, like, and she like slowly starts closing the blinds to the hut. And I'm watching and I'm like, And then she says, I'm not too up for it after caring for my plants. But the Japanese subtitles say, I don't get turned on after caring for my plants.
What the fuck?
And now I'm like, wee woo, wee woo. And then meanwhile, Legoshi is like agonizing. He's like rubbing his face and his ears, and he's like, he doesn't know what to say. Still, he's like, I told her I wanted to talk, but I barely even said a word to her. Oh, I hate myself. And his eyes are closed, so he can't see that Haru is undressing herself. And I'm still like, wee woo, wee woo.
Oh my god.
And then she says, it's my first time with a carnivore. Is it your first time with a small animal? That's okay if you want to be a little rough with me. And then he opens his eyes and sees that Haru is in her underwear. And I'm like, wee, woo.
Alarm going off in tubes, eardrums, like, ah!
And I want to say, like, this scene was a bit more graphic, I feel, in the manga, because, like, her body is way more sexualized, I feel, in the drawings. But it's so weird because like she's an animal, but she has a human body, but she's also very teeny, so she looks like a child, like a kid. It's so weird.
Yeah. I was like, more.
But I do like the way the bodies were drawn, though. I thought that they looked pretty cool. Like they look like humanoid animals, if that makes any sense. It's really weird. Like later on, we'll see Legoshi and his body, the way it's drawn, I think it's like, this is gonna sound so weird. Like I think his body type is really attractive. No, because he's lanky, right? But he has like really strong muscles. And like I don't want to sound weird because number one, he's an animal. And number two, he's like 17 in the anime. And I'm not trying to make it sound sexual. I'm just saying that he has a very attractive body type. That's the word. It's like looking at a K-pop idol, because you know how they all take their shirts off on stage or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's nice. But you're like, I'm 28 now. I'm
okay.
I'm basically your aunt. Okay. That's very nice. Show the youngins. It's like that. I'm just saying like he has an attractive body type. Even Haru, like she's very fit. Does that make any sense? For like a rabbit.
Yeah.
Very petite and fit for a rabbit. But anywho, when Legoshi notices that she's in her underwear, his eyes are like, oh my god. And he starts whimpering like a dog. He's like, and he looks all confused, like, what the fuck? This isn't what I came up here for. But then boom, it's over.
Yep.
And we got a different ending theme.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? It's like a harmonica.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was really weird because it was like sex harmonica theme. Harmonica
the theme
folk song.
Was sweet, but the ending scene was like,
Yeah. It definitely.
My eyes are like, what?
What the hell?
What?
Did you watch it at work?
No. I didn't watch the ending part at work. I knew what was gonna happen because
right, you said you watched it with your the boyfriend.
Yes. I watched it with him and I didn't expect that ending scene to happen, okay? And obviously so did he. He was just reading through something on his phone and both of our eyes just went to the TV screen and that scene was happening and she was just undressing and we were like, ah. Well, he was actually very calm. I was just like, ah.
He's just sitting there staring at the screen like, huh? Is that a naked rabbit with a human body? And you're like, ah!
Yeah.
I'm not weird, I swear. Tube made me watch this.
He's like slowly judging me and I'm just like, oh gosh.
Are you watching porn? No! It's not hentai!
It's not even hentai, that's the thing.
So, what did you think? What did you think so far?
It was still very interesting. So I liked it. I liked this episode. The ending was very what the fuck, but I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm not gonna back away.
Okay, good.
From this scene.
I'm glad you're not weirded out too much to like not want to see the rest of it because it's a good show.
I was weirded out, but I will continue to watch. And it's still interesting. And that scene was really weird, but it's still interesting.
Remember how we were saying like Haru, how I said like the rumors are kind of true? And you were like, oh, I don't know. The reason I said that is because like in the first episode, Haru says like I'm with a lot of guys, and then they see me for who I really am. They like me because I'm small and tiny and cute. They think they can protect me, and then they realize like who I really am, and then they leave me. So that's why I figured like she's been with a lot of men, but I don't know how true the rumors are. Like if she sleeps around. But then when she's with Legoshi, she thinks, oh, he just wants to have sex with me. So something about that makes me think like
there might be some truth to the rumors.
Yeah. Because it's the first thing she thought. She didn't think, oh, he wants to tell me something. She thought, oh, this guy's nervous because he's trying to tell me he wants to have sex.
It could be that she just has a bad image of men in general.
Maybe.
Maybe it's like from her experiences that like this is what they would want kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so she just immediately assumes that it is because of what she's been through.
Maybe.
But yeah, it could be a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Very interesting indeed.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
I was gonna talk about some differences between the manga and the anime, but I'm like going through them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to make sure I don't get one that's like spoilery.
Oh,
in the fight between the fox and the not the fox and the hound, the fox and the hyena. I said that like the fox bites the hyena's arm or something.
Mm-hmm.
In the manga, he just puts him in a headlock.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And in the anime, Legoshi, we can see him fully injuring Haru's arm with his claws,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only briefly seen in the manga.
Huh.
I'm going to read this one completely directly. In the anime, Legoshi's struggle with his inner shadow self is more serious and detailed, with Legoshi envisioning feeling Haru's body all over. Furthermore, Legoshi's struggle with his inner shadow self is longer and akin to the exchanges. You know what? Forget that one. That one's really long. Yeah, in the anime, I think like it's what it's trying to say is like we can see his struggle with his inner demon more than in the manga, which is cool, which is good.
Yeah, I think it also helps that it's like an anime versus a manga, because in the like in anime it's like, you know, it's in motion, right? So you can see it things happening more. If that makes sense. Like you can vision it more so than like in a drawing per se.
Oh yeah, I think in the manga, the anteater. Oh, the anteater's name is Kibi. Huh.
Oh, that's such a cute name.
Yeah, too bad he's a jerk. But yeah, in the anime, he leaves like right when Legoshi starts talking to Haru, but in the manga, he like leaves way before.
Oh.
Yeah. That's not too many differences. I failed you. Any of the other differences spoil things, so I'm not going to say them. Oh yeah, I'm taking this from the Beastars wiki. I'll link that in the description. Oh yeah, I wanted to before like we end, I wanted to talk about the school uniforms. What do you think of the school uniforms?
I think they're cute. I honestly, in terms of like uniforms in general, I I always wanted to have a school uniform, but I think I did like it when I was like really, really, really young.
In the India?
I was in India. Yeah, in the India. But I don't remember, so it's like I never actually had one.
Don't you think like these uniforms are very like I feel like the skirts for like modern Japanese schoolgirl uniforms are shorter, maybe, but these ones are like really long, and the arms are very long and modest. I really like Haru's uniform, and I like Legoshi's also because he has like suspenders.
Yeah,
the suspenders are cute.
Yeah, I think they added like little touches to kind of like suit all the people's personalities.
I think
all the creatures' personalities.
I think in the manga, I don't think they explain this in the anime, but in the manga, they explain how like in like a little extra piece, how all the animals have uniforms that are altered to fit their specific species, because like how Legoshi has he has a tail, right? So he has to cut a hole in his pants to fit his tail through. Like all of the ones with tails cut holes in their pants to fit their tail through, and they have to get them altered if they have specific like leg styles or like wings. They have wigs.
Imagine Legoshi with a wig.
He'd
with like
cute.
a Cleopatra wig.
Oh my goodness. Goodness me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like they all have to get their uniforms done specifically for them, basically.
Yeah.
But they look cool.
Yeah, they do. I like them.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions, Dupe?
Not question, but I have a thought.
What's your thought? Your one thought? Your one Dupe thought?
I think Haru should recruit Legoshi in her gardening club.
Oh, I don't think Lego She will join.
With his social awkwardness, probably not, but maybe.
Also, she's trying
maybe.
to have sex with him right now. So,
Okay, guys, let's.
what do you mean, guys? It's just me here.
People.
People. It's still just me here. I'm sorry. There's 5 of me in the room right now. Hello, hello,
Audience
hello,
plus 2.
hello, hello, hello.
Audience plus 2.
3 people who listen to us. Yes.
Sure. Anyway. Yeah. What if I'm having high hopes here? Legoshi's communication skills develop, and this scene fast forwards and things get better, and gardening club, Legoshi's recruited. He's now able to talk finally. Woof.
You can't see me, but like I'm shaking my head at you right now. None of that explains anything.
Just a thought. Okay. Done.
He joins the gardening club and everything passes that we just saw, and woof.
No, like I mean, like in further on, like
do they have the sex or not, Doob? What happens?
Maybe they do. You don't know. He can still join the gardening club after having sex with her.
Then what would happen? What would that accomplish, Doob? Plot wise.
To join the gardening club?
Yeah, what would that yield?
Could be that his communication skills get better.
Oh, right. It's we're talking about his communication skills. Right. That was the point of all of this. Because that's the main point of the whole anime.
The whole episode at least, but
forget about the devouring. Forget about being Beastar. Join the club and fix your communication skill. He gets his report card back from his teacher. Legoshi has very much improved on his communication skills. I think it's due to joining the gardening club. Manga ends.
A+.
It's better than my report card. TRESHA is very smart, but she doesn't participate in class or communicate with others. I think she needs to work on this. Shut up. Leave me alone. So, Doob.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
Wait.
We
have to rate the episode.
Oh, yeah.
What would you rate the episode?
What did I rate the last one? Like an 8?
I think it was an 8, yeah.
I give this one an 8 also, yeah. Because we got to learn a little more about Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like they're doling out the parts from the first volume very slowly. So, yeah, I think I give this one an 8 also.
I'd give it a 9 again.
A 9?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was very interesting, and I
like the little girl who almost got stepped on because she looked like me. I like the rodent.
I was gonna say there's a lot of like little tiny scenes like that I found adorable too.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the manga too. There's a way more of that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like we get to learn more. I feel like we get to learn more about the world around us with those little scenes. I'm glad they included that one in the anime so that way we could kind of like see more of the world building. That's important, I think, for like this kind of anime that's like about a completely different type of place.
Yeah, you want to know like more about
how things work.
How things work, and what kind of creatures there are, and not just about the standard characters but about the smaller characters as well, because it's a huge school. You just don't know like what are the other creatures doing. People creatures
my favorite creatures.
Yeah, so I liked it. Again, the ending.
Yeah.
Again, the ending, I was like, wow.
It would have been a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for the ending.
Well, okay, though it was weird, I was like, oh my god, like, okay, what's gonna happen now? So it's same as the other episode, so it's like another cliffhanger that kind of just puts you with your mouth open and you're like, okay, next episode. Except I didn't click it yet because
I think that was the ending to the first volume, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I'm on volume 6 or something. I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you watched the whole anime before?
Yeah, I told you I did.
You did, right? Okay.
I told you I binged it at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now we're still in the pandemic, so.
Yep, it doesn't end.
It doesn't end.
It's just here.
Season 2 is here of the pandemic and of this anime.
Yep.
Well, and on that note, where can people find you, Dupe?
So you can find me at DevaStars4 on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I also have another account on Instagram as well at t.foodlove. So TDOT foodlove. And that's like my little food blog.
Yeah. And you can find me, TRESHA, at TRESHA Does Nothing on Instagram and on Alex Does Nothing on YouTube. Also, you can find our Shownanigans TikTok on TikTok. Just search Shownanigans podcast on TikTok and follow us. You might find some bloopers on there. And if you follow us, it'll make me happy. And also tell your friends because it'll make me happy. Please tell your friends about our podcast. Tell somebody, if you don't want to like follow, tell somebody about us. That'll really help us out.
We have good content, guys.
We say things like altercation or whatever the hell it is you pronounced it as.
Shut up.
Oh, Doob.
Yeah.
ASMR now.
Oh shit, I have nothing ready.
You never do. That's why I ask. It's fun. Sing something.
What should I sing?
Them baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the pants, Turned around and gave that big booty a pants. She hit the pants. Next thing you pants. Shorty got pants. Bye, everybody. Remember to wear your pants.
That's like that episode of Arthur.
What? We're not starting another conversation. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.